It's Gorilla Grodd. You might know me from such roles as terrorizing the Flash or singing with the Clock King. I was invited here by your usual host Chris, who said he would give me the Flash. It wasn't what I was expecting. Let's just move on. So today's subject is my fellow DC Comics character Beast. He's a character I believe is one of the most egregious examples of the white savior trope. That's the storytelling device, or the cliche you might say, where a white man, often a rich nobleman, travels to what he would consider an exotic part of the world, and he becomes the protector or the best representative of the indigenous culture. Examples include Tarzan or Marvel Comics' Kazar. But Tarzan was created in 1912. Kazar debuted in 1936. A similar comic strip hero, the Phantom, first appeared in 1936 as well. They were all popular creations and derivations from the pulp magazines of the time. Beast? Well, he debuted a whole generation later in 1967's Showcase number 66. The story follows millionaire Mike Maxwell, who has graduated college with the highest honors possible. But rather than take over the family business in New York, he decides to become a ranger, protecting the wildlife in the fictional nation of Zambezi, with his fellow graduate, Rupert Kenboya, heir to the crown of the Zambezi tribe in Africa. For what it's worth, I believe the two rich guys like Mike and Rupert could become pals. They fly to Zambezi in a private jet, but a storm makes it crash on Mount Kilimanjaro. So that means Zambezi must be located pretty close to the mountain, right? Well, in Animal Man number 10, it was said to be in the shadow of Kilimanjaro. But then again, in Justice League 234, it was in Central Africa. In Justice League Classified number 24, it was said to be located on the slave coast of West Africa. Of course, there's an actual Zambezi River in East Africa in Zimbabwe. So good job on nailing that one down, writers. Rupert, or as Mike nicknames him, Ken, carries an unconscious Mike into a cave to get shelter, and they're followed by a red ape. Ken finds a cup in the cave and fills it with water dripping from the ceiling. I guess Ken didn't get a degree in medicine, or common sense. The red ape enters the cave and starts talking. Ken's response is to start beating it about the head. He loses the fight instantly because apes are strong. But then Mike comes up from behind and tackles the red ape. The rainwater gave him permanent super strength and the ability to do a Tarzan-like scream that Ken thinks is cool. The ape returns, but not to fight. Instead, he was holding on to an ugly-ass helmet, which he gives to Mike. It allows Mike to mentally communicate with animals and even control them. That's right, this ape can talk and give him a helmet, and even tells Mike that he is named Juba. Mike's first instinct is to force the ape to stand on his head. What a dick. Mike does not give the water and helmet to Ken, who actually lives there. Instead, he keeps it for himself and gives himself the name Beast. Bwana is Swahili for an honorable title along the lines of Sir. That's right, Mike has basically named himself Sir Beast. And from there, Beast and Ken walk all the way back to Zambezi and fight poachers from that point on. Or, more often, mad scientists who build gigantic robots. But that's not a problem, because Beast can merge up to 4 animals together to create a new, stronger animal temporarily. Where does this power come from? That's never explained. Maybe that's just something Mike could always do. Beast was not a popular creation, and he lingered in obscurity until he popped up in the late 80s as an anthrax-addled idiot who third-string superhero Animal Man beats up. Yeah, he then hands off the helmet to a guy from South Africa, thank goodness. He's popped up 3 times on TV. Once on Justice League Unlimited, once on Batman the Brave and the Bold, and once as an extra in the background of an episode of Legends of Tomorrow. Beast is the perfect example of the white savior trope. He's also the perfect example of a total goofball. Thanks for watching, and until next week, remember, apes strong together.